This is the Barber Shop, Cornerstone Neighborhood.
Barber History 101.
Okay guys, so barber story time. I had a subscriber ask a question which I thought would be a nice little short video to answer for you guys, at least from my perspective being an old dude in the business now. He asked, why does everybody have the Wahl whole platform and why is Andis the only ones doing what they're doing? Well, it actually is a very simple thing if you just know the history of the business. So back in 1919, you had Oster and Wahl form. 1922, you had Andis form. All of them had different hole patterns. You know, there wasn't an industry standard. They all did their own thing. And that was okay because they weren't in competition. Well, they were in competition with each other, but they were not trying to create a barber community per se. They each came with their own guards, or you could get guards for them. And so why worry about it? And plus back then, a whole lot more cutting was done clipper over comb and freehand. So it didn't matter, you had a blade on there, it doesn't matter what the hole pattern is. So fast forward a very long time, I'm sure you had companies try to make an impact in the industry, whether it be, you know, Conair in the 60s or 70s, you know, it's nothing ever really infiltrated the Oster, Wahl, Andis, you know, walled garden of barbering tools. And so you fast forward a long time to, like, you know, 2010, 2012, and then you start to see new companies come in. Now, it wasn't until, I guess, maybe 7 or 8 years ago that Babyliss made their big splash with the Gold FX and so forth. But before that, they were coming into the market. And you think, well, if you're the new brand and you're going to come into the market, what are you going to emulate? Are you going to be more like this company or this company? And Wahl, for a while now, at this point, had been the main part of the barber world, the main company in the barber world. If they would have done this back in the 80s, maybe then it would have been Oster. You know, in the early 90s, maybe then it would have been Andis. But if you're coming in after the year 2000, Wahl kind of had the market cornered. They had done at-home clipper kits. They had kind of taken over the barber world with these new clippers, the Senior, the Legend, the Super Taper, which is what a lot of us learned on in barber school. And so they kind of had that market cornered. They're the biggest part of the market. So if you're going to emulate a company, what are you going to do? You're going to pick a company that has the biggest market. So Babyliss went after the Wahl hole pattern over the Andis or over the Oster. Now what's happened is that Oster has pretty much fallen to the side. You've got all these new companies, Stylecraft, Gamma, Caliber, T-Pob. You got all these companies coming in, and what are they doing? Well, they're matching the market and not just copying Wahl. They're seeing what the majority of the market has done, which is do the Wahl hole pattern versus doing the Andis hole pattern. So what's happened, and it's no fault of Andis's that this happened, because at the time they survived, what, 70 years, 70, 80 years, being content that Andis had their thing, Wahl had their thing, Oster had their thing. But Oster falling off to the side and everybody siding with Andis, now it seems like everybody is this, and you got Andis over here. If you will notice, though, on the Envy, on the Revite, those hole patterns match the Wahl hole patterns. So me personally, I can't speculate. I don't know what's going to happen with them. I've encouraged that they switch from these holes to these holes, and in a sense kind of joining the barber community as a whole, because it's no longer the Wahl hole pattern, it's the barber community hole pattern. And you know, barbers are hackers, man. We like to tinker and, you know, hack into our clippers and figure out what blade we like with which cutting blade and this and that. So this is kind of in our nature. And so that is why you see everybody having Wahl hole patterns versus Andis, in a nutshell. Anyway, guys, that's just a quick little barber history video for you. Don't forget about the giveaway. We have until March 5th at midnight. That's whenever the giveaway closes, and I will announce the winner on March 6th. And the grand prize winner wins the Andis Emerge. The runner-up will get the OG Zero Guard. So don't forget about that, guys. Go to that video and put in hashtag #StepUp. Subscribe to my YouTube, subscribe to my Instagram, or follow my Instagram, whatever. You know the deal. But that's all for today, guys. Keep it humble, keep it kind, and as always, I'll check you on the next one.